In reflecting, and then I was talking to someone that I met a long time ago, some people I met when I was in first moved to LA, and I used to spend a lot of time in over in Compton, California. And so it's been a while. And the one thing that I discovered as a result of spending a lot of time in Compton, California, and Compton, California is part of South Central California, LA. And so I used to spend a lot of time over there. And the one thing I discovered that at first I was surprised by, there were adults living in Compton and Watts. I never hear the name Watts anymore, Watts, California. But, and over that area, there were adults, and some teenagers, but adults, who had never crossed over to West LA. They had never come over to West LA. And the only surrounding or territory was right there in South Central LA, Watts, Compton. They had never gone to West LA. And West LA is just right there. You know, it's not like it's far away. It's right across the street almost. Yeah, about 15 minutes, 20 at best, if it's that far away. And so, and years have gone by, and some of them still have not gone over to West LA. Isn't that amazing? And I'm like, wow, that's interesting. And then I realized that's how most human beings are. Most human beings, except for a few, handful, most human beings never leave the territory, the area that they live in. They don't go right across the street to another city or another area just to even look around or visit. And they spend a lifetime in that area, never discovering anything real or new. And what I mean about that is that most people never discover that there's another life, that there's a real life, because the life they live is fake, not real. But they never discover that there is a real life. There's another way to live. And they spend a lifetime living in the misery of their area. It doesn't matter how ghetto it's turned. It doesn't matter how much trouble they get. It doesn't matter if the house fall down. They stay in that area. And most human beings, it doesn't matter how angry they get. It doesn't matter that their lives are not working. It doesn't matter that they don't have peace, perfect peace. It doesn't matter that things are not working for them. They stay in that area of delusion. They stay in that area of anger. They stay in the area of fear. Think about your life. You've gotten old being afraid. And the older you get, the more afraid you become. Isn't that amazing? And you stay in that area. And you still trust that area and the surrounding things in that area, in that city. Like you still trust thoughts. You stay in that area of thoughts, and you still trust them, and you never venture out just to see, is it true that all thoughts are all lies all the time? You just trust them, and you never cross over to the other new territory. What a sad way to live. You never really give life a chance. And then you justify your fears, and you justify your worries, and you justify your lack of love. Your relationship can't work. Whatever kind of relationship, it doesn't matter the type. And you still won't cross the border. And you can tell people, you know what? It's better on the other side. Right there on that, go to the other side of that road. Life is better. You'll be free. You'll finally have freedom. You won't be enslaved anymore. And you won't even cross the road. What a sad way to live, huh? You won't take the chance, the risk of finding a new life. You're stuck, and you want to be stuck. And you want to be stuck so you can live in the misery of your area and complain. Just think about it. What would you do if you had zero problems? What would you do with yourself? You don't know what you would do with yourself because you love the illusion of problems. You don't want to be free. Because being busy trying to fix problems makes you feel like there's a you. Makes you feel real, like you're working on something. You don't want to be free of problems. The illusion of problems, because in reality there are no problems. No one has any problems at all. Zero problems. But you want to tell you that? You're like, I do have problems. Help me with my problem. I'm working on my problem. I'm stressed behind my problems, you say. I worry. I have fear. And you never cross over to freedom. Even Christ told you over and over again that it is done, it is finished, evil has been defeated, it has no power, no authority, no nothing. Even this sting of death has been taken away. But you say, no, someday when I die, I'm going to heaven. When I die, I'm going to have peace. I don't expect to have it here. I'm only human, you say. What a sad way to live, huh? You love your misery. That's why you won't leave your town. Because you love the misery of living in that town. Meaning, that's why you won't leave the imagination, the dark world of thoughts of all lies, all the time about anything. You won't leave there because you love it. You're telling me I can have peace if I just dare to distrust a thought and emotions? My emotions are real. How would I show love if I don't have emotions? You say. And the wife tell her husband, you don't love me. You don't care about my emotions. You don't care about how I feel. He's like, no, I don't. And she get mad because he won't go along with her hell. She called hell emotions. She called that her. Those are my emotions, she says. And you better care about them. What a mess. Why not give it a chance? Cross over to the other side of the road and see what's over there. Go to West LA and see what it look like. You might see sunshine.